Welcome. I'm here to kick ass and listen to the Game Fix podcast. And this time I'm all out of asses.
All right, partner. You know what time it is.
Let's go crazy!
Hello, welcome to another edition of the Game Fix podcast. I am Spanish.
And I am Verlaine. You can check us out over at our website, gamefix.ning.com, and our live stream at least once a week for this podcast that you're probably listening to right now over at twitch.tv/gamefix.
And of course, follow us on our social media at Game Fix Show. You can pretty much find us on all of the social medias. Just check for that, at Game Fix Show. You'll find it.
Next step, Yellow Pages.
The Yellow Pages is the next step. We're going to make some money. We're going
to,
yeah, probably not. That's probably not what we're going to do. But anyway, this is a packed show. There's a lot going on in the show. We'll get right to it. Just so you know, there is some things what we want to get to. There's actually a new Star Wars game, and not the one that you're thinking of. Something that me and Verlaine actually saw on the interwebs, and we want to kind of get into it a little bit more. Also, is artificial intelligence making video games now? That's
why not?
Why not, right? Well, I think we're kind of at that point. I think I want to know a little more about that. And then at the end of the show, we have a movie review from our very own Bruce CB from Boston, and he is going to give you a review of the new movie It. Very cool. Yes, that guy. So, but before we do all of that, instead of starting the show like we normally do, what we're talking about, we actually have a guest. And we want to get right to it because it's something that we actually met her at the Columbus Comic-Con this month ago, something like that. Well, her name is Leslie O'Neill. She is the destination sales manager for the Akron Summit Convention and Visitors Bureau. Whew, I hope I got that right. Leslie, how you doing?
Hi guys, how we doing?
Hey,
we're doing okay now. A couple of things kind of caught our eye when it came because you were at the convention. We said hi, and it kind of blossomed from there, and we finally got you on the show. But really, what we want to kind of find out is what you're about, because a lot of people are probably confused, like, who is this person? So, the Visitors Bureau. What is the Visitors Bureau?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, because the Visitors Bureau, we are the extended marketing arm for all of our hotel and venue attraction partners.
Yeah.
So we pretty much work to bring events to the greater Akron and Summit County area. We do this by providing like complimentary planning services. In particular to events like Comic-Cons and eSports events and game related, because those are my niche markets that I work with. So that's why I was at the Comic-Con this year, excited to exhibit there, met a lot of great people and just hoping to make connections. And I came across you guys. Actually, Verlaine stopped me. Like,
yes,
what is Akron doing here? Like, yeah, I'm here.
all right. So, what exactly is your position in the Bureau? Like, what are they sent you to Wizard World in Columbus, and what was your main mission? I know you were promoting an event that we're going to get to a little later, but what is your main mission when you go to events like this?
My main mission is to raise awareness as to what's going on in our community. So I was at Comic-Con in Columbus at WizardCon, and so my job is to be all things Akron, right? So I'm exhibiting and I'm talking with passerbys about the community, about the gaming community in particular, and just trying to make those connections to find out if there's room for collaboration. So I primarily work with organizations and members of organizations to connect them with the most appropriate parties that they need connected to. So whether that be someone who needs to be connected with sponsorship opportunities, or that needs someone who needs to be connected to maybe a tournament organizer, or someone in the gaming community that they could kind of bring their resources to the table and kind of collaborate to ultimately host an event in Akron.
So you're kind of like persuading them to give Akron a try. Hey, we know you do these events. Why not come over here and try them in Akron? Now,
Absolutely.
Now, how is the response towards just gaming in general right now? I mean, I'm sure you're not just blindly going into this hoping there's a million people, but there's got to be enough people right now where, you're passionate enough to be doing this. What is it what's the response that people have had towards this? Like, do people really, really want and need this?
Well, I can say since I started digging up esports in Akron since May of 2016, I've discovered that there's a lot of people in their basement. So I'm digging them up, I'm digging them out. And what I've learned overall is that people want events here and people want to host events, but it's a little disenfranchised in Ohio in particular. We're positioned, I think, uniquely in the Midwest, but it's like everybody is doing their own thing and no one's really working together. I see more collaboration at a collegiate level than anything, but that kind of passes over Akron because like the University of Akron don't have a collegiate esports team. However, Miami University or Kent State University, they might. So it kind of passes by. But I do see a need there and I see a desire there for the gamers that I have met and for the tournament organizers that I have crossed paths with. It's just a matter of bringing all of those heads to the table, those serious parties that want to build something great. It really is going to take a community effort. And that's why I'm spending so much time, going to exhibiting at different events like Wizard World and researching the market and getting out there to meet new people.
Okay. I mean, like you said, it does take a community, especially when it comes to something like video games, because always, at least in my experience, I know Verlaine is, I could probably speak for him. I mean, he's here, he can speak for himself, but
go ahead. It's easier when you do.
Yeah. There is, it's always kind of an uphill battle when it comes to gamers. People kind of look at that like, you play video games for 3 hours, but yet they don't look at the people that binge watch Netflix for 3 hours, and they think that we're the problem. And I was like, well, at least we're using our brains. I mean, that's that's our way around it. But you mentioned esports. You've mentioned you've done some stuff with other gamers, and you've talked to other gamers. What type of games have you experienced? Like what esport?
Well, me personally, I haven't particularly participated in the playing aspect.
Well, no, that's not what I meant.
I'm sorry. What did you mean? I'm sorry.
Like, as far as the event goes, like what game was it because you were in LA, right? You were in esports conference, right?
Yep, that's right. So I attended the esports conference in Los Angeles last September. And there, I met a wide range of individuals from like every country you can think of, from Dubai to Poland, Sweden, they were from all over. I had the opportunity to tour the NGE studios, and I kind of got the opportunity. That's where I kind of started taking a liking to Rocket League, right? So,
great. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it was like oversized PlayStation, or like playing stations, not a PlayStation, but inside of the building. And I got an opportunity to see how things work on the back end with broadcasting. And from there, I realized like they really take care of their employees, and they have like this wellness aspect to gaming, because they know that, it's a sport. Right? So it is a sport. It's not just, oh, you're playing video games for 3 hours, like you said, and getting nothing out of it. There's a lot of hand-eye coordination that goes into it. There's a lot of thought and story planning, story lining that goes into it. A lot of creative directives that go into it. And I just kind of fell in love with it just from that aspect and the passion that people showed when they were playing and how it brings people together. So I think that's something that a community needs.
Yes,
I mean, esports is just like this close to being up there with Major League sports. Like it's almost there. It's almost over this stigma that gaming just is almost shaken off, and I think it's a generational thing. Once that's gone, I mean, come on, esports right now, look at League of Legends. That's multi-billion-dollar company. That company and League of Legends is making more than most of the major league franchises.
Take a look at sorry to interrupt you. Take a look at the at Overwatch. I mean, the last person in Overwatch was almost $2 million.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money just to play a video game. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean that's exactly so.
Yeah.
How about this? Say I am looking to host a big tournament, or a small tournament, and I'm shopping around for places. I kind of want to get out of the traditional like rental from wherever I'm at, a bar. What is the benefit for me actually, kind of joining this initiative? I'm not talking monetary, but this is what people are going to ask because unfortunately, Akron is kind of in the middle of this pentagram of other major cities, and you get overshadowed all the time, and cities tend to pull Akron's greatness to them. What are you, and how can we get people to go back and say, dude, let's do this in Akron?
Well, I can say one of the major benefits that I would see in bringing in an esports event to Akron or persuading them to come to Akron is the affordability. A lot of times you'll see there'll be esports live tournaments and competitions that are hosted in major cities like Los Angeles and Las Vegas, and it's super expensive for a spectator. And a lot of times the spectators are under the age of 21.
Oh, absolutely.
And a lot of times also to get into those events, you have to be 21, right? So because they've been held in like casinos and different things like that where you have to be that of a certain age. But for Akron, it's positioned, I think, perfectly in Northeast Ohio, about 30 minutes from Cleveland, 35 minutes from Cleveland, 2 hours at least from any one direction to any major city. And what I'm doing is I'm providing the streamlined approach. So I'm streamlining. If someone were looking for a venue or looking for a new location to host an event, I have already surveyed about 46 venues, and I've gotten about 23 responses. So that right there tells me that, hey, our community wants it. We just need the opportunity. We need that chance to show you what we have to offer.
Right.
So they're willing to work, and some of them have already increased their internet capacities. They've already looking at, trajectory down the road, what this might look like in Summit County. And the benefit, to Summit County is, the economic drivers. People are going to eat, people are going to shop, people are going to stay. And that's going to be spillover, or could potentially be spillover, into Cleveland, into surrounding cities, into Kent, different areas around. So I think everyone can win.
Yeah, I'm actually from the Kent area, Kent, Akron. I've spent a lot of time in Akron. I actually live in Summit County. So really anything like this for me is like, well, this is cool. This is something that I can call kind of my home, right? I mean, this is, I don't know. It is my home. What's that?
That's what we want you to do, because it's going to take more than just me saying, hey, I'm going to do this groundwork for you. But it's really going to take me and like a host of other people to come together. And I think another thing too is showing the educational aspects, because if you know anything about Akron, we have been, education driven and community driven from that standpoint, and the success with everything our nonprofits are doing in the community. So I think that if we can shine the light on those areas of crossover, I think that it could be great.
I agree. I mean, you always think about Akron, even if you're not even from the area and you don't really know anything about the actual area, but you have heard of the Akron because there's a football team. Obviously, people have heard of that. But there's also, what I'm trying to say is I want to be up there with like Rubber and Black Keys is really where I'm at. Like I need to be right there with esports in Akron. I want this to be a hub. I want this to be kind of a special place for people in this area to flock to. I just think the area can do it. I really do. I think there's the passion in the area. I definitely know a lot of gamers in the Akron area. So it's this is exciting. I'm yeah. And I would imagine would it be open to like be able to kind of combine different areas? What's the word, like form some kind of like or alliance or something? I don't know what with like Youngstown, I guess, is kind of a big one. Even Cleveland.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad that you said that, because one of my goals since the beginning is to form, you know, how we have a sports alliance of Greater Akron, right? And it's head by our sports alliance strategist, Brittany Woodman. And so my goal is to have an eSports alliance of Greater Akron that will connect Cleveland, Youngstown, you know, Columbus, Cincinnati, because I've already made some connections in those realms, but I'm like the dot that needs to connect everyone else. You know what I mean? I'm the dot, and so I'm connecting off of that one dot, right? So I need to continue to bring those people to the table who are interested in the same vision that you and I are talking about.
Absolutely.
Someone needs to get an Overwatch team.
I feel good. Really, you got anything else you want to ask?
Well, I mean, it sounds to me that someone just needs to really pull the trigger on this thing. Like, you need one. It's going to take one. Wow.
One domino.
And then, and then you can, I think, because you're talking about video games, as I said before, there is a stigma no matter what. I mean, we cater to gamers. We feel comfortable. But even going outside, like, there's still, like, something about it. It's like, I don't know. And with everyone feeling like that, I'm sure that people are afraid to pull the trigger. You know, people are afraid because you can't gauge introverts, really. I think it's awesome. I think every city needs people like you, people that are just trying to... I see it as you're saving the gamers, even the guys, like we've interviewed guys who are into this tournament stuff, and they're small guys. I guess they would be considered indie, but you're helping them get out of getting ripped off when they go to a bar, and these bars are charging them hundreds of dollars for nothing. You know, you have to rent like an apartment sized room at a hotel for $1,500, like, and then it's... I think it's just great. It's good. But there's one thing I did want to talk to, because the whole reason, the thing that attracted me to your booth was an event that you have going on in Akron next month. I seriously want to go. It's the Video Games Live event.
Absolutely. So Video Games Live is definitely coming to Akron. It is an international symphony orchestra, and they play the theme music to all of your favorite video games.
I love that.
Yeah, so from Sonic the Hedgehog back in the day to Zelda, World of Warcraft. That's a tongue twister for me. I'm sorry.
World at War? Is that what you're trying to say? World at War?
No, World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Oh, World of Warcraft. Okay, just say WoW. I think you're safe.
Wow. Yeah, Guitar Hero. Anything you can think of. It's going to be like a 2 to 3 hour concert. We actually gave away some free tickets and an overnight stay while in Columbus. So kudos to those who won. And I'm super excited. You know, I worked with our local Akron Symphony Orchestra. They're going to be playing at the event as well. With Tommy Tallarico right on stage. There's going to be tons of giveaways, prizes. It's going to be super interactive. I'm excited. I'll be there. And we'll have some vendors there as well. So if anyone is interested in either attending or even being a vendor, I'm sure they're still looking for some out there. You want to kind of get your name out there, definitely email me. Let me know. My email is LO'Neal@visitakron-summit.org.
Yeah, I looked up some stuff from this Video Games Live, like, you know, other cities, and it is awesome. It's
yeah, it looks cool.
It's completely awesome, and there are they cater to like all gamers. So there are some tunes like the World of Warcraft stuff. I have no idea, but dude, just listening to like Castlevania and like Zelda and Mega Man in like orchestra, it's amazing. Even Mario, they could do Mario World in an orchestra, and it just sounds phenomenal.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna be there. Dave probably won't. Link, he'll probably come.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, Link will probably.
Well,
come.
Dave, we gotta get you there. You're right in the back. You're right in our backyard.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, you're right. She's right.
But yeah, so I mean, if nothing else, what I really want to see, and I'm so glad to be on talking with you guys. I really want this to be a call to action. I want those who are interested to reach out to me. And, you know, we'll set something up. You know, we'll set something up, and we'll get some eyes and ears and some good people at the table, and we'll talk about what we can do, because it's not just about Akron. It's really about Northeast Ohio and Ohio, period. I just want to put us on the map, and whether you're a gamer, spectator, I think there's something for everyone in this.
Yeah, I think it's great. There, just the amount of, I mean, man, I was kind of like looking up videos of it, but there's Legends of Zelda music. There's so much. Oh my God, cool.
You know what? I guarantee they're gonna play Overwatch.
I was thinking that.
You know the set list?
Yeah.
You know this? Oh, nice.
Yes. So I just want to hear this. That's when I hear that. It's just so triumphant, right?
You know. Nice. You know, I would say 70% of the time, I would let that video roll all the way through. I hear that too. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Is that your computer?
It's so pleasant. It's not mine.
I think that's your computer.
Who's calling you?
All right, it's gone.
Okay. Gone.
Right,
it's
cool.
gone. I don't know what just happened there.
All right. Word. Well,
okay. I think that kind of brings us. Is there anything else you want to add? If we missed something?
No, I think you guys just about covered it. You know, like I said, it's going to take more than just me, but I am the dot that's going to connect you with whoever you need to be connected to. And, you know, really, when it comes to events and hosting events, I really help people leverage their events in the city. I am like the liaison for your events, hotels, venues, attractions, all things Akron, and I'm ready to go.
You want to give that email out one more time?
Sure. L as in Lima, O'Neill, ONEAL at visit Akron, AKRON -summit.org. And we're also at visit Akron -summit.org.
Okay. Please go check that out. This is awesome. Thank you, Leslie, for your time.
yes, thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much for having me, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the show, and I will chat with you soon.
We will. Thank you, Leslie. That was great. That was awesome. I didn't know where we were going with that. Like I kind of, you know, you were trying to help me out and like, okay, how am I, you know, what questions should I ask? She definitely made it easy. That was awesome, and I'm glad I know about this. This is something we need to get a part of.
Well, I mean, you have to think we have our own contacts, and all our contacts are just as local as they are.
Yes.
Today we start building the empire.
Yes. Tomorrow it crumbles. No, just kidding. All right, so all right, let's get back to the regular show that we normally do. I'm so glad that Leslie had the time for us. That she was on, so that was very cool. Okay, so let's what we've been playing this week. How about we just go to it right now?
Okay.
I will say mine real quick.
Okay.
Because there is a game that you and I were both playing that I definitely need to get into. But I went back. I did. I know people are like, why? Why did you go back? But there was an update, and I wanted to play it. No Man's Sky had an update. I know.
Another
Don't
one.
look at me like that. Well, not just you. That the people listening. I know they're like, But like, I had to give it a go because I wanted to see like what was the difference. I will admit there isn't much of a difference. The only thing that is the biggest thing is that there's a storyline. At least that's what I've played. I haven't played any multiplayer yet. I haven't gotten that far. But there is a storyline. I'm trying to play through it as best I can. It's very confusing, the storyline. I don't really know where I'm supposed to go.
How do you have a storyline in a randomly generated world?
It's like I mean, I would imagine they set up the same like buildings and stuff on each planet, and you just the story unfolds, whatever. The problem with the storyline is that I can't understand a lot of what the alien is saying because I'm still yet to unlock the entire language. That's
right. That's kind of weird.
It's really weird. And it's very disappointing because that's kind of what I'm running into. I'm like, okay, this game, let me tell you, and I will stand by this. That game is beautiful. It's gorgeous. Like it just looks so good. Like whatever they did to make the game look the way it does, they did a great job. Like it just looks so good. As far as the actual gameplay goes, I mean, just to upgrade my ship I think it's gonna take me 25 years to do it.
Earth years or the game years?
Earth years.
Well, then start now.
Yeah, I gotta start now, right? But it just seems like I don't know. I feel like this game is like, man, like what an idea to have this game a free you search, you do whatever, but like there's really no goals. I'm trying to figure out what my goal is. My goal right now is to like upgrade my ship, I guess, but it's not really something I have to do. I think that's where I'm kind of running into. And then I don't know, and that's really kind of what I'm getting at as far as that game. It's still fun, like I said. It's definitely one of the most relaxing games I have ever played. I know Brucey B would probably be on the other side of that. He'd be like, I'm done playing that. I'm never gonna play it again. Yeah. And it's fine. You can do that. But if you have the game, I would at least try it, take it back out, give it a go, see if it's something that you're into. Because you bought the game, so.
Or did you?
Yeah.
What's it given to you?
So, how about this? We'll talk about the game that you know what I mean. Why don't you talk about what you've been playing other than that game?
Oh, just Overwatch. Having crap luck.
Oh, Overwatch! You're playing Overwatch. That's great.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm so fucking mad at Overwatch because it's just I'm just matched up. It's the matchmaking. I'm just matched up with crap. And look, I understand, and I've thought about it. Like honestly, like maybe I'm getting matched up with sucky people because I suck.
Maybe you do suck, dude.
It could be the case, but. Even if my skill is bad, I'm smart enough to know things like probably need a healer and a tank, especially when you're defense. You know, probably don't want to start out as one character as like Roadhog and then switch to Hanzo, like stuff like that. It's the simple things and that's why it's maddening because it's not even like, I spectate when I'm dead and it's just frustrating me. Somebody accused me of being a match thrower, like throwing a match. When would I ever do it? I will bitch and complain until the last second before I would ever just throw a match. I would rage quit out of the match instead of wasting my time throwing it. But I'm still gonna play, and I'm gonna play tonight.
All right. That's
but
good.
The other game was the game that you want to talk about so bad.
Yes. This game was pretty much. I guess Link was the one that kind of found it. It
just appeared in my library.
Kind of digging through all the indie games and stuff to see like what's good. Maybe that uncovered thing that we haven't seen yet. And I think he kind of found a good one. This is one where I was just like, I need to buy this game. It was for sale for like $3.75 or something like that. It was like originally $15. So I was like, well, that's totally worth it. It's Tembo. It's called Tembo, the Badass Elephant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we were I got the chance to play it, and let me tell you, dude, I have a lot of fun with this game. It's a side-scrolling game. And you are an elephant, okay, and you're badass. There's really no the title of the game is very true to what the game is.
Yeah.
You are this ramming, running, destroying, destruction, saving good people but killing bad people elephant. I mean, I've never felt more free in a game just running through a game like this. Next to Sonic, I would say would probably be the closest one I could say how fun this game is. What do you think?
I like this running better than Sonic, because with Sonic, the enemies, it was just the tracks were too elaborate where eventually it slowed you down, or an enemy, like it was just they didn't get that speed plus enemy thing right. So you can be like hauling ass like you're supposed to. It's Sonic, and then you always hit an enemy, so then you're kind of forced to pace yourself. Like with this game, if you see an enemy and you hit them, they're gonna die. They're not, like it should be. If you're just charging, like if Sonic's whatever, yeah, you're an elephant. I like the game. I think it's fun, very fun. It's kind of like one of those runners where it has the speed running side gimmick. If you want to do that, you can memorize where things are. It kind of forces you at times to do that. Sure. I love when you save people and they're just on your back the entire time. They ride you.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's simple, but it's a great idea. Like, I think it's very cool. The bosses are cool. It's very retro-y kind of boss fights.
Yeah, that's a good word. Actually, yeah, because that's kind of what I felt. I was like, this is very retro, and it's very like, I guess we're just not used to these games anymore.
Yeah,
and I'm glad it's there.
The controls are good. The artwork is good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, I don't know, it became popular to have that kind of flash animation in not only games but cartoons. Like it's like the 2D, but it's computer, so it's kind of 30 frames per second or 60, but it's all weird. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And some games don't pull it off, especially indie games, and this game pulls it off. Like the graphics are good. They're very good, and you still get the retro feel without them having to go all gay and make it all like pixelated, like everybody's doing it.
Down.
Yeah.
Doesn't do that. No.
It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, Kudos. A lot of fun. Go check it out. It's called Tembo the Badass Elephant.
Yeah.
And it's available on Xbox. I don't know if is it available on PlayStation? I really don't even know. I didn't think of checking. It might be though.
I blocked PlayStation.
You blocked PlayStation? What do you mean you blocked PlayStation?
I was just saying. I'm just kidding. I didn't block one of them.
Blocked PlayStation. It is on PlayStation 4. Okay, it is, and PC. So there you go. It's available everywhere. Everywhere. Games are sold,
but not a drop to drink.
Not a drop to drink.
All right, hey, let me. Can I talk about something?
I mean, that's kind of what the show's for. So let's do it.
I'm finally getting something right. All right, so we have an official Game Fix blogger named James, and a couple weeks ago, and I mean he's gonna keep doing it. He puts up posts of Dragon Ball, and I think it's great because he is doing this, and deep inside I'm always like, ugh. Because I've tried watching Dragon Ball, and I think it's the worst. It's the worst.
You hate Dragon Ball.
So then he starts mentioning, and I did kind of like the Naruto kind of 360 Dragon Balls they used to have. They were okay. Got boring. And then he starts posting about Dragon Ball Z Fighter, or Dragon Ball Fighter Z. And then he starts saying, and more than just him are saying, are actually comparing it to Marvel Capcom. And it's like, what the... So then I go and I watch this gameplay video, and holy fuck, this game looks amazing. This game, this game, it's almost like back when Marvel Capcom decided to go ugly with their graphics and change their engine and all this shit. Somebody was like, give us the old shit. And they made a game that, just by looks, of course I haven't played it, but it's like the predecessor to Marvel vs. Capcom 2. 3 guys. The graphics look like, I mean, the way the game looks, besides even the cutaways is an example of Street Fighter, but like besides that, like, dude, they stole the show. This is it. Marvel, Capcom,
Gone. I agree.
this game,
Dude,
I would have started playing a game
get
like,
it.
and I know nothing of the characters. I know zero, and I will still play the shit out of this game. There's tons of games, fighting games I've played where I know nothing. But dude, fucking good shit. Keep posting about that because now I'm interested.
Now, yeah, it looks good, man. It really does. I
Yeah.
think he's big in Dragon Ball. Although we have a ongoing argument, and he's gonna laugh if he's listening to this, right?
Both.
Yeah, we have an ongoing argument about who would win in a fight. Maybe okay. You know what? Let's just do this right now. Why not? Okay.
All right.
And I'm going to ask you because this is actually a pretty good question for you because I know the other side of it. Well, here we go. Who would win in a fight, Goku or Superman?
See, I don't know enough about Goku, but I guess the trick answer would be it depends on the planet and the sun that the planet has, right? Let's say Earth.
Sure.
You want to just say Earth?
It would be in the same universe, so that's what you have to think about too.
Well, can we just say he's fighting on Earth?
Okay.
If the fight's on Earth, with Superman logic, Superman will win because Superman can't die. They killed Superman and he fought his way through heaven, right? And came back in our universe before they started drifting off. And his logic is it doesn't matter. So I can only imagine that Goku would be the same way.
Well, good. Great. Because you actually agree with James. So I disagree with you.
What do you think?
I think that Goku is smart enough to realize that all it takes is a little stone to take him down.
And he grabs the stone.
And that's it. And we're good. Good to go.
Okay, well then what's Goku's weakness? See, I don't know enough about...
Actually, and James does bring up a good thing about Goku. Although I don't know. I don't see this happening. But I see what he's saying, but I'm still kind of on the fence about it. Goku likes to fight somebody at their strongest. That's pretty much his weakness. His weakness is because he wants to fight someone at their strongest. He'll wait until they're strong enough to fight him. But with Superman, I don't know. I don't think.
Okay, so here's.
I don't think he would be strong enough to take down Superman. So I think
the fight will never happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because Superman's not going to attack him.
Fair.
So say Superman's like just a little bit weaker than Goku, just a little bit.
Yeah.
By default, by the moment he sees Superman is like, I'll fight him at his strongest. Like from that moment, nothing will really happen because Superman won't fight him, and there's nothing that would make Superman stronger. So by default, if Goku's already stronger, the fight will never happen. And if Goku's not strong, well, yeah, that's the thing.
Goku's always strong.
Goku will only fight you if you're weaker than him, but stronger than you'll ever be.
Kind of, more or less, yeah. Oh. That was random. I know that was totally random. Yeah. I wanted to see what you thought.
I don't know.
And I'm sure I'll get a message about it tomorrow or something like that, saying that I'm crazy. So
you're so crazy.
That's fine. Let's get into something that it's not quite VR.
Dragon Ball Z picture. Okay, go ahead.
No. It's not Dragon Ball Z either. It's not quite VR, but it's actually something that kind of caught my eye, and I kind of introduced Verlaine about it today, and he took a look at it, and, well, it's Star Wars related. Yes, apparently there is a new Star Wars game out there. Okay?
Not Battlefront 2.
It's not Battlefront 2. It's not the one that you're thinking of. This one's called Star Wars Jedi Challenges. Okay, apparently this is to get you ready to become a Jedi.
Yes.
Which sounds awesome to me. Apparently, it works with like a hood, like a virtual reality hood, and you put your smartphone and you get that you have to kind of like download the app and all
Makes
that.
sense.
But it comes with some hardware. From what I can tell, obviously the hood that does that, but also you get a lightsaber. It doesn't really work. It works through the augmented reality of the smartphone, but I mean, I'm looking at this, and it looks like you could just pretty much sword fight with Kylo Ren at a drop of the hat, which sounds awesome to me.
Yeah,
is this something you're interested in? I know you're bigger on Star Wars than I am, but this to me just looks really awesome.
The controller, which is the handle of the lightsaber, is almost like a modified Move controller. Because it's got the blue tracker on it, which means that the helmet has got to be doing more than just putting your phone in there, because your phone doesn't have tracking software, nor I don't believe a game would be able to be running virtual reality and have the camera running. The camera's not even capable of detecting stuff like that.
Right.
So your phone's probably plugging into some dude, I don't even know. Like, how much is it?
What they're looking at, you could pre-order right now, so it's not quite out yet. You could pre-order for $199, but what it includes is that the lightsaber controller. Okay, it's Lenovo. That's the actual company that makes the headgear. It's called the Lenovo Mirage AR headset. And they're saying it's ergonomically designed for maximum game immersion. So that's kind of cool. So which means that it'll be probably all around. You'll be able. I'm sure there's something that helps you with that. Also, there's a beacon that you get that I think that you have to kind of put in front of you, like on the floor, and that's kind of what you see the augmented reality through. So, and not only that, not only can you can fight lightsabers, but you can also play the holo chess. Yeah, that's which is actually cool. You know, if you're not familiar with that is, you could watch most Star Wars movies and they're actually like playing it on the ship, and it's like a kind of a augmented reality like just little beings, and you're kind of playing chess, but it's on a round board, like a round playing board, right? Is that what I'm looking at? Yeah, okay, that's
around. I don't know. Chewie played it. Or something.
Yeah. So you can play that. I don't know how to play that. That would be kind of cool to learn. And also there is a strategic combat type thing. So you can lead your rebel forces against the Empire in a large scale ground war, like in front of you with this thing on your head. Like, dude, to me, that might be the coolest thing.
Well, okay, so this sounds like we are about to get an announcement from Microsoft about HoloLens, because I think that's what these guys, like, I'm using my magic powers and I'm getting the feeling that they were like, okay, this is almost ready. We're going to go ahead and put it out there. Before HoloLens, people probably forgot about it, don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but it's going to be their next pivotal part of the Xbox One X, kind of like Kinect was. Yep. This is what it is. So I'm not thinking of it like a standalone Star Wars. This is an augmented reality console that is bundled with Star Wars. I am all in because augmented reality
smartphone,
is
get rid of
amazing.
that shitty Microsoft phone, but yeah.
I think that that's the only drawback. They need to make a headset without because look, you have virtual reality with the smartphone, but then there's the actual virtual reality headset.
Well, keep in mind, it's not virtual reality; it's augmented reality.
I know,
so
but
you can still see in front of you.
Yeah, I'm saying it's going to be stronger when it's its own unit, or when it's connected to, like, HoloLens is going to be connected to Xbox One. Yeah, it'll limit where you go, maybe, but I think it's going to be awesome. I really
sweet.
do.
I'd at least give it a go. I want to at least try it. They're saying that it is compatible with iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 7, iPhone 6S Plus, iPhone 6S, Samsung Galaxy S8, Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, Samsung Galaxy S7, Google Pixel XL, and Google Pixel. Oh yeah, and Google Pixel, and then Moto Z. So if you have any of those phones, you are compatible. I'm happy to say that I have the Galaxy S7, so I can actually play this.
I got a
I'm pretty
Windows
excited
phone,
about
so I can play nothing.
You could play none of it because you have
I
a
can play
Microsoft
angry
phone.
customer.
You'll get a new one. Yeah, dude, it's time. I think it's time, man. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm definitely not telling you how to spend your money, but I just think it's time.
I know. I'm gonna.
I think it's time, brother.
Real quick, Star Wars Episode 8: The Last Jedi. It has definitely been revealed that means in specific Luke Skywalker. So the title "The Last Jedi" is referring to Luke Skywalker specifically. He is the last Jedi, which makes sense because he's actually a Jedi. Rey is not a Jedi. Leia, don't think she had training, which is why she's probably not a Jedi. Would she be a Jedi just because she has the Force? No, because you have to earn that, right? First, you're like a Padawan.
Yeah.
And all that jazz.
Bruce CB would know a little more.
Yeah, Bruce
CB. Bruce Willis.
Brukinski.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I think this is definitely something to take a look at. If you haven't done so yet, I would suggest you at least go check it. I think this might be big, man.
It's gonna be sweet.
I think, or at least it's something that could, like, I don't know. It's there. I think with the partnership of Star Wars, it really makes it. I mean, hell, dude, you're gonna have a augmented reality, but it will be a lightsaber, and you are holding a lightsaber,
and the augment will make the beam come out, which would be so awesome. Just to stand and look at that thing.
Yeah. And it definitely looks like a lightsaber. It has a little light on the end of it, like a blue light. Like
the motion control.
It kind of resembles like the Move, but it's not a ball. It's like like the shape of the actual lightsaber. But it looks like there's a trigger on it to turn it on and off. So if that's true, that's awesome. I wouldn't even play the game. I would just sit in my room or like sit in my living room and just go.
I'd put it. The first thing I'm gonna do is turn it on and put it through my stomach and look behind me and see if it's through my chest. Through my back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, but it looks cool. It looks cool. Maybe Christmas. Maybe Verlaine will get this for Christmas for me. Probably not. That's not gonna happen. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. So anyway, there's some other stuff that we get into. Anything you want to add about that? I think we're good.
Not about that.
Okay,
we'll talk more once people start getting it, and whether it flops or not is really going to be pivotal in I don't know, a next podcast or something.
Something like that.
Podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When is it available? I don't even know when it actually comes out.
I don't know, but you know what's out now? Have you ever thought to yourself, I want to play Mario 64?
I like Mario 64, sure. I don't like the Nintendo 64 because of the controller itself. But I'd play it because I do like Mario. So what up?
Now, would you ever want to be like, hey, I want to play Mario 64, but I want to play with Verlaine, but he can't come over. I can play online, right? Would that be cool?
Online 64?
What if you could, instead of me, play with 19 other me's? Then would you be down?
Wow.
You can do that.
Yeah. Duh. I think, yeah.
You can do that. So somebody went ahead and, for some reason, made Super Mario 64 online.
What? PC, I'm guessing?
Yeah, right now it's PC. And it's like an emulation, same levels. But, in Mario, there is always like a time limit and number of stars. So everything is almost like a race. The coolest thing about this game is it's not just Mario in it. It could be a she. These people put everyone in it. And everyone has different abilities. And the ones that have the ability, like Yoshi, they even put his jump in. So, if you hold jump, he does that running thing in the air to boost a little bit.
Yeah.
Princess, when you jump and hold it, she floats, like in Mario 2. Like, everybody has their own abilities. So you're pretty much having a foot race in Mario 64, seeing like who could beat the level the fastest and all this stuff. And there's probably other modes coming to it.
I'm guessing this is free.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. Good.
And amazing, like Nintendo hasn't done anything. I mean, they could. I mean, it's just the idea is weird. Like, why that game?
Yeah.
Of all the games they could have made on the 64 multiplayer, like that game. Just weird. But if you want, just search for it. Super Mario Online, Super Mario 64 Online, and you'll find where to get it, where to download it, find people that play it. Have yourself a very good time.
Merry Little Christmas.
I was going to say that because Christmas is coming.
Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas. So, all right, something real quick that actually popped up today. So it was an article that was written today. That let me at least read the headline, and you can kind of make assumption of what it is. Artificial intelligence uses less than 2 minutes of video game footage to recreate game engine. So apparently, at Georgia Institute of Technology, researchers have developed a new approach using the artificial intelligence to learn a complete game engine, apparently. So what they used was the first Mega Man in the Bomberman stage. And they used 2 minutes of it, and they actually had the computer pretty much mimic what it saw and totally recreate everything without writing any of the
Code.
like any of the like computer lines or anything. Like they pretty much duplicated it without like going in there and like writing out all these lines. This is interesting. It's obviously the only thing they've been able to do, and it's only accurate as far as like the physics of like a 2D platform style game. So like Mega Man, they did the first Mario too. No, Super Mario Brothers rather, not. Anyway. Is this kind of cool? I think it's kind of neat. I think this is kind of a cool experiment.
I don't think they could, just knowing, like I don't think they could get it any better. That you couldn't play a 3D game like one of our any game and do this. You can't, because when it comes to 2 dimensions, especially like the 8-bit games and Super Nintendo, they were all pretty much written the same way and very easy to just port over to other systems.
Yeah.
Look, I'm making it sound easier than it probably really is, but I'm thinking copy and paste. Probably fucking close. Either way, so with that being said, like you could do that. Take any, 2-dimensional game, and what the computer's doing, I don't think they're really... Well, I guess they're kind of creating an engine, but I don't even think games back then were like engine driven. You know what I'm saying? It was more animation and just pixel art. So the game, it's just the computer is seeing something, scanning it, and just they're saying reenact this any way you can. There's no other way to, in 8 bits, show a brick other than what it sees, by just filling in the artwork. There's no other way to animate it than doing whatever a 2-dimensional game does, which might be why most people start out with 2-dimensional games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there's little small things
totally.
with engines, but when it comes to games that simple, it was more based on the programming and triggering of animations than the relying of physics and event triggering.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, not only that, but it even read that if you hit the button harder, or longer, he jumps higher. So it even read that too. So that's, to me, that's kind of interesting. I feel like that's something that's very minute, but it kind of like it knew that there's like a different type of jump.
There were different heights.
Yeah.
In the jump.
That's neat.
No, that is neat. I think it could be the start of something, but I don't know what. And it's almost like that is cool. I'd love to see it and try it and play with it, but why? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
understand
It's
why.
to me the only thing that I could think of is something that would be like a big thing. Would be like a Mario creator type deal, but like with a different game, like a total. You could just come up with a totally different creator, but because you've scanned just a bunch of minutes of just gameplay that you can use all. I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe that would be.
Does the
that'd be
computer?
something. Oh, and by the way, Brucey B did say that Jedis are trained,
Okay, all right,
which means she is not one.
nice. So does it
Have some abilities, but she's not.
So when this AI makes the game from watching the video, can you play the game or is it just animation?
As far as I know, you can play the game. Interesting, right?
Yeah, it's an easy way to make homebrews for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, shit.
Obviously, and then they also said obviously the single video won't produce like the perfect clone of the game. You would have to, kind of set it out and play a couple of times through for it really to kind of like get to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is actually to me very interesting. I'd like to know more about it.
Yeah.
I would. But you know what? Let's get to it right now. Our very own Brucey B. Yes, he's in the chat room, but he did record us a review, and I want to get to it. You like that? Did you hear what I just did right there?
You son of a bitch.
I want to get to it. Yes, he did see the movie It. It's not our usual video game or superhero review, but he was a fan. So let's do it. Do it now. Yeah, let's do it now. Brucey B, take it away.
Greetings, Spanish and Verlaine. It's me, Brucey B. Guess where I am at today? I'm in Georgia visiting my parents. And guess who visited us? Hurricane Irma.
Oh, God.
Hello? Like, oh my God.
Hello.
I saw it, and it was awesome. Okay, first of all, Stephen King's from Maine. Fallout 4 expansion, Bar Harbor is from Maine. Coincidence? I think not. I know you're going to say it. Come on, say it.
Bar Harbor.
Bar Harbor.
Bar Harbor.
Same thing. Okay, I wanted this movie to come out for the last 3 years because that's how long they've been working on it. This movie was awesome. First of all, if you don't like clowns, see this movie. It will scare the hell out of you. And if you like clowns, go see it. It will scare the hell out of you again. Love this movie. This movie had the right amount of creep and gore in it. Loved it. Okay, let's talk about Pennywise. The guy that plays him is called Bill Skarsgård. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I think he's right.
Scary. Scary as hell. Love this guy. Creepy and funny. When you see Pennywise for the first time in the sewer and you see these glow-in-the-dark yellow eyes, and he's like, hey, Georgie, you'll float too. Creepy as hell, man. Okay, you know it's creepy because my mother had her hands over her face. She's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe they just did that." I'm like, Mom, it's Stephen King. Do you think it's going to be a happy clown? She's like, well, I guess you're right. Instead of being set in the 50s, like the book in the movie was, this is based in the 80s. First of all, the kid's wearing an Anthrax T-shirt. The kid has really good taste in music. Okay, Tim Curry did a good job, but this guy does a better job. It's like a black and white clown can't compare to high definition 4K scary as hell clown. I'd go with a 4K scary clown any day of the week. Okay, but if you have read the book or saw the movie or know anything about Stephen King and It, Easter eggs through the whole freaking movie. If you look for them, you'll be, oh my God. That's that. Okay, Verlaine in Spanish, I usually say peace, love ya, goodbye, or whatever. But tonight, I'm going to say goodbye in a different way. Verlaine in Spanish, you will float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. Okay, God bless. Bye.
Thank you, Brucey B.
Yes.
This movie has gotten great reviews, man. I'm not the biggest scary movie goer, I guess.
Yeah, me either. They're not really scary. They're obnoxious.
Yeah, but I'm hearing this movie is quality, and it, like he said, it will scare your socks off.
See, I don't remember the series too much, just that I wasn't into it. I was kind of young when it came out, and I'm definitely not afraid of clowns, and that's all I've seen in the preview, so I just can't. It's like that when we talked about Spider-Man appearing in a horror movie, it just can't, like, that's how I feel about clowns. Like, I just don't, and I know that it's not just, that's just one kid's fear, right? And that's why it appears that way, but I don't know. I'll see it. Stephen King, I think this is the same as Disney, where it's like old Stephen King, we watched it because we read the books. But reading is not anymore, and we have better technology, so we can reboot his stuff, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be even better than it would ever be, because a lot of his stories didn't translate well into the cheesy effects that we had at the time. Yeah, this is one of them. Point. This movie, when it came out, wasn't good enough for theaters. It was a made-for-TV movie. Look, nobody makes a movie for TV back then. You know, if it's made for TV movie, it's because nobody wanted to put it in theaters. It didn't have enough money coming in. I hope they remake a lot of his stuff. Maximum Overdrive, Cycle of the Werewolf, The Langoliers. Remember that TV one? Yeah,
totally.
Dude, with what's going on now, I'm game. Except for don't redo like the serious ones. They don't need to redo. Those were good. Whatchamacallit? The one about the dude with the
Animal Cemetery. Is that one?
Pet Sematary was sweet. I liked Pet Sematary.
Pet Sematary, that's what it was. See, I wasn't really into it, but I do know of him.
Yeah.
You know.
See,
Cujo.
That's a series. I mean, that's a dude whose movies need to be rebooted. Cujo, they can make scary as fuck. They can make the world.
I don't know if they'd ever reboot that because
Saint
it's like
Bernard's.
hurting a dog
or whatever.
What would you mad about?
It's not a person.
Yes. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I think that about does it. Is there anything you want to add?
Nah, I just want to go play some Overwatch and lose again.
They just keep losing. I'll just play some Overwatch and keep losing.
Thanks to Leslie from the Akron Summit Convention
absolutely.
Visitor Bureau. And Video Games Live, guys, check out our website, gamefix.ning.com. We've got it in the event section. Just click on there. We've also got a little, it's not really an ad, but a little icon there. You can click on there, go to the website. You could check out more. You could buy tickets. I am going to be there. It's going to be sweet. And if we keep attending stuff like this, more stuff will be here.
I think so. I think you're right.
We got to start it.
Yes.
Maybe I'll bring some stuff to give away. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's make it a
maybe
fucking
we talk
event.
to Leslie, see what we can do with that. Yeah.
I just have to stop cussing. Damn it.
Just stop cussing. Yeah. No, we won't fucking do that. All right. So, but just so you, as far as what's going on, what's coming up, if you are in the Madison area, September 22nd through the 24th, that is the next event for Wizard World Comic Con. If you are going to buy tickets, don't pay full price. That would be stupid. So go ahead and use our code at checkout. The code is one word, GameFixShow. Pretty easy. So
very easy.
That'll give you 10% off your admission to Wizard World. So
very easy.
Yes, pretty cool. I'm gonna say something. It's kind of a somber note. I know. It is 9/11. I can't go through a whole show without even saying it. 16 years ago, I know where I was. Verlaine, I'm sure you know where you were.
Oh man, do I?
What's that?
I said, oh man, do I?
Yeah, see, like everyone kind of has their own story with that. We won't bore you with those stories, but obviously, you know, that is something that is big in our past. Was I a senior in high school? Yeah, I was a senior in high school. So yeah, I know where I definitely know. I was in I was in American history class.
I was home. I woke up. I woke up to it.
Oh, wow.
9/11, you woke me up.
I would imagine it did. But so we don't end it on a somber note. Actually, 40 years ago this day, September 11th, 1977, is when the Atari 2600 was released. So I don't want, like I said, I didn't want to end you on a bad note. That is kind of a fun note.
Happy birthday, Atari.
Happy 40 years, Atari. Now we want to play your handheld because that looks awesome.
Yes.
Really awesome. You should look more information about that. Trust me, there is a handheld Atari coming out. We talked about it actually last show, so go and download it. Have it. But either way, thank you for joining us this week. Please follow us on our social media at GameFix Show. You can find everything there that you want and you would ever need. It's everything you ever need.
You're gonna make me cry.
No. Really, anything else?
No.
No. Okay. Well, Brucey B's got something.
Goodbye. Have a nice day. Peace.
See ya.
I love you.
Adios, turd nuggets.